Good morning, folks. So today I just want to make this video to tell you guys to stop coping and sugarcoating with this. It's Zionism. It's just the Zionist lobby. It's the Israeli. No, it's the Jewish lobby. Jewish. You go, no, I don't want to see that. It offends the Jews. Good. Put pressure on them all. They need more pressure. Call it Jewish. Let them correct you and say, no, it's not Jews. It's this one. It's that one. Do it even more. I don't care if they correct you. Do it again. Say, no, they're actually all Jewish because they're all Jewish. They're all Jewish lobbies, all of them. Every single one of them is a Jewish lobby. It's not a Chinese lobby. It's not a Christian lobby. It's not a Muslim lobby. It's not an atheist lobby. It's a Jewish lobby. And stop getting tricked by this just Zionism because the Jewish people believe that Zionism is wrong and Judaism. No, the end goal of Judaism is Zionism. All the religious Jews say next year in Israel. They've been praying this prayer for thousands of years. Just because there's a few wacky rabbis dancing on the Israeli flag doesn't mean they're anti-Zionist. And these wacky rabbis I've exposed as frauds who don't believe in free speech, who don't believe in American values, and want people like me off the internet. So they want to dismantle the state of Israel, which they know is impossible because it's a rogue nuclear state that's not going to let itself be dismantled. So they say, we should dismantle it peacefully, just to say it. So that you go, see, they're not all like Zionists, but they do nothing else. And by the way, what does an anti-Zionist actually do? What do? They just say, look what's happening. The Israelis are killing children. Yes, we know that. The Israelis shouldn't be there. Sure, we already know that. What are these anti-Zionist rabbis or Jews actually doing other than telling you what you already know? And they're doing that so you go, oh, you see, they're good. No, they're not. Every single Jew on planet Earth is a Zionist. Every one of them, save Norman Finkelstein or a few other people who are actually good human beings. But guess what? Most of them are brainwashed, traumatized, and conditioned to support Israel on some level. They'll say, well, maybe it shouldn't be dismantled. So, or maybe, they're our greatest ally, bro. What do you mean? No, we should send money. Go look at the statistics. Most Jews on the planet support Israel. So when you say it's just a Zionist, you're letting all those other ones go. All of them. Even Jewish Voice for Peace supports Israel. They showed their colors the other week when they stopped protesters from stopping a Zionist a fundraiser. They got in the way of their protesters from stopping Zionists from raising money for Israel. What does that show you? Controlled opposition. So those of you who are too weak to say Jewish lobbies, you probably should quit. Because if you notice, no matter what you say, whether you say Zionist or this one or that one, they still call you an anti-Semite. Because everyone who resists Jewish power in any form is an anti-Semite. They use the word Nazi at any person. They call Palestinians Nazis. They call black people Nazis. They call white people Nazis. They call Jewish people Nazis. There is no escape from their labels. Jewish supremacists use all angles. Zionism, open society, communism, capitalism, feminism, environmentalism, you name it. The only things they don't use is Nazism and fascism. And yet you guys are running around saying Bibi Netanyahu is Hitler. Bibi Netanyahu is a dictator. No. The only two isms that ever fought Jewish supremacy were fascism and Nazism. And then you guys run around saying Hitler this, Hitler that. Hitler was the one who warned the whole planet about Jewish supremacy. Hitler was the one who said, wait a minute, these people aren't a religion. They're a people. And they play both sides. And they pretend to be Christian, and they pretend to be German and French and this and that. They're a Zionist and they're communist. Even Churchill wrote an article in 1920. He said, Zionism and Bolshevism, the struggle for the Jewish soul. Even Churchill knew there was an international clique of communist Jews versus a clique of Zionist Jews. At that time, Zionists were a minority. The majority were communists. But when communism failed, guess what they turned into? Zionists. All the communist Jews They're still there, many of them. They fled, they became Trotskyites and became the neocons who pushed Zionism. So you got Jews in communism and Jews in Zionism. And they're doing both. And they're crushing all the Gentile nations. And you're sitting there going, it's just a Zionist. Well, then more than half of them are communists. You see the trick? So if you keep comparing Hitler to Bibi, Hitler would kill Bibi. Hitler would have gassed Bibi according to the narrative. What do you mean they're the same? They're not the same. They have similar policies, similar tribalism, but this tribalism isn't new. All of the countries of the world were this way. All of France used to be French people one time. You know that? Did you know most of Italy at one point was mostly Italians? Did you know that? Ireland, mostly Irish people. Even to this day, did you know that? It's only recently since globalist Jewry said, let's mix the whole world together. Let's blend everything together, and who cares what it means to be this or that? All you got to do is have a citizenship. So a guy from Nigeria can go to Italy, get a passport, say, I'm Italian. No, he's not Italian. He's a black man who lives in Italy because he has a passport. This is what globalism does. Open society eliminates all ethnic ties to a country. However, Zionism says, give us a Jewish state. And the Germans said the same thing. So in that you can say, sure, they're similar, but don't you compare Bibi Netanyahu to Hitler when Hitler would have killed Bibi. You see? And you say, no, but Zionism and the Germans had a deal. They did have a deal. That's right. Before the war, the Nazis said, look, we don't want to hurt you. Just get out of here. That was the policy. Before the war, before World Jewry declared a boycott on Germany, before World Jewry declared war on Germany, that was the deal. Just get out of our countries. But even then, in Mein Kampf, that was written in the 1920s, Hitler called out Zionism and said, look, this is just a trick again. They don't want a homeland in the middle of the Palestinian land. They just want to have a headquarters where they could escape persecution from other countries. And that's exactly what we see. All these pedophiles who leave America, they go to Israel. All these criminals that they go escape to Israel so they can't be taken out of the country by courts of law. So you see, he called these people out over a century ago. And you're sitting there saying, Hitler, Hitler, Hitler. Go read Mein Kampf. You go read Mein Kampf right now, and you see what this man said. I'm not saying he did the right thing. I'm not saying how he handled the Jewish question in Germany was nice, was fair, and wasn't deadly, of course. I'm not saying that. I'm saying a broken clock is right twice a day. And there are people out there who may despise who actually tell you the truth. You know, if I train my dog to bark 2 + 2 = 4, goes, woof, 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 woof. Does that mean he's wrong because he's a fucking dog? The same is true with people you don't like. Listen to people out there who dealt with the Jewish question, and you'll see whether it be Hitler, Henry Ford, Hilar Balak, hell, even Otto Weiniger, who was a Jew who killed himself when he realized he couldn't escape his Jewishness. Benjamin Friedman, Bobby Fischer. There's so many people out there talking about the Jewish question. Hell, Marie Samuels, who literally said to us, you Gentiles, we are destroyers. You can never make us happy. We're always going to destroy everything you build because we want a world of our own. This is a Jew telling you exactly what he wants to do to the world. And there's many Jews today, like Barbara Specter, who's telling you, yeah, we're going to push multiculturalism in Europe because if we don't, it won't survive. And Jews will be resented for our leading role. There's literally people telling you, Jewish people telling you what they want to do to your country, and you're sitting here blaming Hitler when he warned you about what they want to do to your country. He literally warned everyone in Mein Kampf, if the Jews win this war, it will be the death wreath of all mankind. And guess who won World War II? The Jews. They won. The bankers won. They got Israel. They destroyed all the other. Look at England. Look at England today. Go ask an English war veteran in World War II. Would they have fought the Nazis knowing that London would turn into what it is today? Ask a Frenchman. Ask any ally. Ask an American. Hey, Gramps, are you glad you fought the Nazis in World War II just so that one day you got back and people started calling you Nazi, racist, bigot, homophobe, 99 genders, people getting their dicks chopped off, kids taking medication, all this crazy degeneracy, OnlyFans exploding, Jews running pornography, Jews running the media, Jews telling your kids that white supremacy is the problem when they control everything. Is that what your grandfather fought for? He'd tell you, no, I probably wouldn't have joined. So stop blaming Hitler. Stop blaming all these people. Why don't you listen to people they tell you not to listen to, and you'll find out exactly how bad the lies are and how far they go throughout history, all the way back to the fucking Roman Empire. You have no idea what you're talking about. Again, I'm not saying like anybody. I'm just saying listen to where they tell you not to listen to. You might find out some very harsh truths.